Hey everyone, welcome back to Lumpy Studio, and today I'm here with a brand new video for you guys. I'm going to be talking about Big Shot Season 1, Episodes 3 and 4. Episode 3 is titled Ticks, which stands for Take Care, Keep Safe, and Episode 4 is titled Great in the Living Room. So before I get into it, I just want to say one quick thing is that we are currently at 346 subscribers right now, and my goal is to get 350 ASAP, but I think I've kind of come to the conclusion that I don't care about subscribers as much as maybe I used to, or maybe the idea of them, but what I really want is for people to engage in my content, as well as me doing what I personally enjoy. The Bad Batch, for example, wasn't my type, so I'm not reviewing it, but, you know, it could be your type, and maybe I'll eventually watch in the future, just not right now. So this show, hopefully you'll enjoy it. I think it's very relatable to everyone, especially if you like sports, so yeah. Okay, so episode 3, titled Ticks, which stands for Take Care, Keep Safe, is when Marvin's daughter Emma comes to town, and she struggles to fit in because she doesn't have her school uniform, which that's embarrassing to walk around at an all-girls private school. Everyone wears the same outfit. Now, I can't relate for obvious reasons. I mean, if you're watching my channel and I guess you're looking at me while you're watching it, because this isn't a podcast, you would see that I don't fall into that school category at all. I wouldn't even want to wear that type of outfit if it was like a men's boarding school, because I'm assuming they all have to wear like suits and ties, I'm assuming. So, you know, I don't know, that just the clothing thing, I guess I understand it. And like my mom, she taught at a school for special needs, and they had to wear or it was mainly a special needs school. They had to wear the same outfit, pretty much the same green. They had different like shirts, but they had to wear the same colors, and you know. So I think it just depends on the type of school. I guess private schools are more that way. They have to there's outfits you have to wear, but public schools like mine, you don't have to wear them. So I guess that's a good thing. Yeah, but it would be so embarrassing to walk around, and I feel bad for Emma in this case, because then she goes into Mrs. Grint's room, and Mrs. Grint is very challenging to her because of the fact that she does not like Marvin. So, but Emma defends her father in a way, but also doesn't totally outright say that it was okay what he did with the whole chair thing, because that's not okay to throw a chair, even if it was accidental. It's still a sign of bad behavior and bad management. So I do kind of understand, although I do not agree with this Mrs. Grint person, because I feel like she's taking it way too far. And in my opinion, this was the episode before. You can't schedule class and practice at the. You just can't schedule it, because, you know, that's for in school. These kind of like academic things, in my opinion. But I don't know. You could think a different way. So there's also going on. Emma develops a little flirtation with this guy named Lucas, and she snaps a picture of his abs, which it's kind of funny, I guess. That just it's funny, and I think it's mainly because it's probably a totally different lifestyle than where she was. I don't know where she was living before, but I mean, you come up here, and it's a beach setting and everything. You can like look out your house to the beach, and it's very intriguing, and it's very sightseeing, and I would love to live in a place like that. But here where I live, we do not have anything like what they have there, honestly. I mean, we have nice restaurants, and we don't really have private schools here, though, so I think I might be getting a little bit too personal in this recap. I'm sorry, but turns out that this Lucas guy is Louise Krasinski, and her dad is the one who owns everything, brother. So, but it's not breaking girl code, I don't think, especially because next episode, I think it's not gonna affect like this girl's friendship, which I really don't want to see friendship struggles, although it feels like we might be going in that direction, but hopefully not. But I think the episode mainly focuses on Marvin and Emma's father-daughter relationship. We see them reconnecting, you know, and Emma struggling to fit in. I think it's mainly because, for instance, at one point in the episode, Marvin is trying to work the soft serve machine, and he's not getting it as good as Emma would want him to get it. Turns out it was just clogged. But we have this Harper girl who is interviewing the whole team to try to get input on Marvin because obviously there's people in the school like Mrs. Grant and other people who are very against Marvin and just everything, which that gets published next episode. Emma actually speaks a little bit on Marvin's behalf, kind of defending him, but unfortunately everyone else's opinions on it. And there's some people's opinions on the team that are worse than others, and I think that's going to come out and like affect it more in the future, but I don't remember this girl's name, but it's the one who her dad has passed away, unfortunately, and her and Marvin are starting to connect, and Emma seems to be a little bit jealous at that. So, I think what I kind of discovered from here is basketball is like a secondary story. It's really diving into the inner relationships between the girls, as well as Marvin, as well as I'm assuming a Marvin and Holly relationship in the future. That's what I'm assuming. I mean, it's pretty obvious that's what's going to happen, but then we get the big shocker that Marvin's dad dies, and they have to go and see the funeral. But Marvin is at first reluctant because him and his dad have had a very rocky relationship. But Emma's the one who pushes for that to happen because she didn't know her grandfather, but she wants to have some respect for him. And I think she's mainly looking out for her dad because she doesn't want her dad to have to regret not going to his own dad's funeral. Marvin already has so many things to regret. And then the scene where they're looking out to the beach at the end, that was a really touching moment, and I think it really showed the great relationship between these two. So, overall, episode 3, good episode, I gotta say. I'm not sure what grade I would give it. I think I might like this one a little bit better than episode 4, I gotta say. This one, I'll probably give it a good 8.5 out of 10, and there's even funny things, like, I think, like, this is the episode where, like, they're talking about chicken nugget sauces, so that was funny, so it's whatever floats your boat, I guess, for this type of show. But let's go ahead and jump into episode 4, How Great in the Living Room. This one was a little bit weird to me, but pretty much Harper's expose about Marvin is exposed to everyone, and everyone is looking at him differently once again. But in a completely different way because, I think because Marvin, it's not all bad news to him at the very start. Like, sure, he's had that incident, but I think people still think some sort of good way about him, or at least they did at the beginning, and now, unfortunately, it's not that way because there's so many negative things now said against him. We kind of find out what everyone says. It was a mixture of different things, but obviously it's going to hurt Marvin, and I think we're still going to continue that in the future, but we also see that one of the characters seems to be having a crush on this Harper girl. It's a girl, so different dialogue shows that, which is fine. I'm not saying anything like negatively about it, but I don't know. It's just kind of weird. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it just because they're not really developing it further and they're just like chatting about it, and maybe eventually they'll get to that in the future, like more sexuality things, because of course that's a real struggle in today's world. I think everyone can agree with that people struggle with their sexuality, and I think we might continue to see that with these characters. I'm not sure, but Marvin, because of this whole thing, he decides to recruit the best basketball player of pretty much their area. I do not remember her name. I'm so sorry, but the parents, they don't like the display of like confetti everywhere when Marvin's showing them a tour. They think that he's trying too hard, and they don't think that he would be a good coach for her. He doesn't think he has this girl's best interest at heart because it's not just basketball. Sure, she would be offered a scholarship at the school, but private schools aren't for everyone, and I think the problem is that there's a lot of advantages and disadvantages to private schools. I don't know much about them, but like I said, my mom taught at one, and you can just see the advantages and disadvantages. There's a lot of disadvantages that go in it, especially for those kids who don't necessarily have a special needs problem. But will she be getting her best interest at heart? Is like if it's a different type of school, if it's a public school, I think the education might be better. I don't know. I'm not speaking on behalf of anything here, but that's just kind of what I summarized from this. But gotta say, Marvin tried too hard in this case, and these people flat out refuse. Do I think this might come back around? Maybe, but it's interesting that they kind of coincide this with this girl named Olive, and she has run into a problem with a social media platform her parents get mad at her. She made a risky deal and they dropped the ball on her. And this is why social media is bad for kids. Sure, I use it. I have pretty much all social media, but I'm hoping to never have to get involved in internship, online sketchy internships. I'm hoping I'm going to stay away from that. That is my goal, personal goal. So we also get Emma's joining the drama club, so that's very exciting. We see her and Lucas hug towards the end, and that's definitely going to be, like, Marvin's going to become overprotective father, but looks like next week he might start to question his dating life, too. So, yeah, interesting to see. This one I'm probably going to give a 7 out of 10. Okay episode, but yeah. So anyways, thanks everyone for watching my studio. Like, comment, subscribe, and comment down below. What did you think of this episode? What are you thinking of this show so far? So anyways, bye.